I want the truth. I want the truth. But as soon as I give you the truth, how you gonna feel after that? That's the real question. Can you take the truth? Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate y'all, especially those who are in Michigan, because right now we're dealing with the ice storm. As Aunt Tracy said, I pray that you are well as well during this ice storm, because everybody, if you have to go out, please, like they said, bring a blanket, food, and water, because it is a hot mess out there. So I pray everyone is safe tonight. Tonight's episode is called My Advice to 5 Women Who Need My Help. I'm a part of a Facebook group, and on that Facebook group, there are a lot of women who are asking for advice from us sisters who are in the group. It's supposed to be a Christian group, right? And they're asking for advice. However, it's easy to say we need advice, but it's a different story if we decide to take that advice or not. And I want to give a shout out to My Pride Apparel for the Black Grads Matter t-shirt, My Pride Apparel. And shout out to Janessa, because she was here early saying, please hit that like button. So if you haven't already, please do that. And shout out to Mona, my sis. I appreciate you for being here. I hope that you and the kids and your husband are doing well, especially with this storm and whatnot, because you know it's a mess out there. It is a mess. I had to do an indoor workout today just because it. And yes, please hit that like button. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here and supporting me, of course. Again, I'm going to get started with the word of the day, and then I'll transition to more from there. And I hope y'all can hear me just fine. But the word of the day is coming from Proverbs 1:7, which says the following: The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. They say they want the advice, but as soon as you tell them what they need to hear, they will cut you off, they will act a fool, right? And one thing that Luther said is, I just don't want to be a fool. I just don't want to be a fool. Never again, okay? I just don't want to be a fool. And once we learn to do better, we have no choice but to do better. Okay, but if we make excuses and don't want to learn, that's the reason why we keep continuing to make the same mistakes and expecting different results. Hey, and I'm glad you admit it. Everybody has to learn something. We all are learning from somebody. It depends on who is in our circle, because again, our environment determines a lot about what we're going to learn. What's our capacity? Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're definitely hopefully staying safe. I am. I've been in this house all day and I'm thankful for it. All right. So I'm going to get into this episode. Again, it's going to be 5 things I would give advice to, 5 women I'm giving advice to tonight. So I'm going to share my screen and get right into tonight's episode. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, here goes the first example. I need advice on what to do. Long story short, I'm in love with a guy I've known for a year. We are great friends. He hasn't been ready to date someone, he said. When I've asked him about us dating, he said he may see that in the future, but right now, he wasn't ready to. Last night, I found his dating profile on Facebook. I knew he had it, but he said he wasn't active on it. I clicked on it, and there are photos I took of him here recently. So I feel betrayed. I feel like, why am I not good enough for him to date? We spend so much time together hanging out and on the phone. Part of me is wanting to send him a message and confront him, telling him what I found and saying I love you, but if I'm not good enough for you to be in a relationship with, then we can't be friends either. Then the other part of me is like, act like I didn't see it and don't overreact. I don't think it's fair of him to use me to fill the void in his life of having someone to hang out with while he is also searching for someone and then tell me he's not. What would you do? And ladies and gents in the chat, I want to hear from y'all as well, but let me just dissect this and give my opinion. Again, I am no guru, nothing like that. I'm just giving you my advice based off of relationships I dealt with. So let me give my advice to this. One thing she said is, I'm in love with the guy I've known for a year, but if he's not reciprocating at a minimum the love that you are giving him, then that's enough in itself to conclude there's nothing else that needed to be read. You said he hasn't been ready to date someone, he said. See, you have to pay attention to the actions, and that's what you did. You went on the Facebook dating and you saw his profile, and that made you want to say, hey, what's going on here? You were actually hired to be his photographer for his Facebook dating profile. As you said, I clicked on it and there are photos I took of him here recently. You are his photographer for him to find a woman of his dreams. There's no man that literally, if he finds a woman he loves, he's not going to say he's not ready to date at that point. That's just an excuse because he doesn't want you, as you have stated. He doesn't want you. And you feel betrayed. You talk about this part of me, that part of me. We're talking about fractions here, and we shouldn't be doing that. This part of me, that part of me. No, the whole part of you needs to say that I'm not going to say anything to this man. He showed me. He spoke words without having to say them to me. I found out what I needed to find out. Why do I need to tell him that I found this out about him? No, I'm living my life just like he's living his. I'm not going to have to tell you that I found something out about you. You didn't tell me. I'm doing too much digging at that point. You didn't see it. Don't overreact. Move on. He doesn't need to be your friend, especially if you're in love with this guy. It's no reason for you to be friends with him now. There's no reason for you to be friends with him because you're going to be that girl, that female friend that's literally going to probably die alone. Prayerfully not, but you're going to die alone because you're waiting for him to act right. Don't be like that. Go ahead, take your baggage, take your luggage, and keep it moving. Keep it pushing. That's what I would do, but I'm going to read these comments to see what y'all have to say as well. Shout out to Joseph for being here. I appreciate you. Gracious greatness in the building. Hippolyta, I appreciate you as well. She said, he's not interested in you. Love yourself, girl. That's it. And Janessa says cell phones are getting everyone in trouble. Nah, the ones who want to get in trouble are the ones getting in trouble by the cell phones. The cell phone never did nobody wrong. It was the person who had the cell phone, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you loyal, then no matter what kind of device, what kind of social media platform there is, you won't get distracted from the mission, okay? So we can't blame the phone. We got to blame the user of the phone. Coach Harry, shout out to you. He said, I'm not ready to date usually means I'm not ready to date you. Exactly. Because who ain't ready to date when the right one comes? Okay, I could be single. I've been single for a year. But look, if the right one comes tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to be ready to date. And I'll be working on myself in the process. That's just how it goes. Yes, in case of emergency. That's sad. Tracy said, he is not the one for you. Move on, please. You're just a booty call. It ain't nothing but a booty call. For real though. Seriously, it's sad. Even Mona said, there's no need of sticking around trying to convince a man that has no interest in you. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. He's not into you. He's just not that into you. Y'all heard about the movie? And shout out to Dre. You're supposed to be on vacation, but I appreciate you for tuning in nonetheless. I appreciate you. Thank you. And smash that like button if you like what you hear, if you're learning something, because we're growing over here and we all about peace on these YouTube streets. That's what I would tell her. I'll tell her to move on. I don't care what piece of you, portion of you, part of you says that, hey, I'm going to tell him that I love you, but I'm not good enough for you. If he never said he loved you, why are you going to tell him that you love him? Don't give this man the benefit of the doubt. Okay? Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Don't give this man the benefit of the doubt to be able to say that, hey, I thought this girl was just a friend. She was a booty call and she talking about she loved me. She put all her feelings on the forefront. And that's when you lose respect from a man. Don't do it. I would just tell you as a sister in Christ, I would just tell you to move on with your dignity, especially because you haven't hopefully been romantic with this person. I pray not. If you have, repent. I would just say, move on, keep your dignity, and leave this boy alone. Because obviously he's searching for the one, and you're just there to, be there whenever he wants to call to talk to you. You're just that placeholder. That's it. I'm sorry, sis. That's what I would say. I'm going to read the next one, which says the following. Hey, lovely ladies, I desperately need your advice. Okay, so you said it, sis. No, I'm playing. I'll be nice. But she said, last year I got my heart broken, and the reason for my ex to dump me was he couldn't be a better believer whilst dating me. Since then, I've been focusing on my relationship with God and staying away from dating. Okay. However, there's a guy I've been talking to for almost a month now. We know and like each other enough to start dating anytime soon. He's a Christian, pastor's kid. He is humble and respectful of my boundaries, which I like. He's just a decent, classy guy. He goes to club and parties not too often, doesn't smoke nor drink to get drunk. I told him I want to live my life to glorify God, and there are things as a woman of God which I'm not supposed to do, like clubbing, which is my own decision. But he told me I'm doing too much. I need to loosen up and blend in with the world. But the Bible tells us to separate from this world, I guess she's saying, which would be Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test what God's will is good, pleasing, and perfect will. Romans 12:2. That's what that says. Exactly. You're not supposed to blend in with the world. See, this is what I'm saying. You have to be careful of these PKs. Sometimes you have to, because just because they were raised up in the church doesn't mean that the church grew up in them. Just because they grew up in the church doesn't mean the church grew up in them. Okay? Just saying. People be like, oh, that's a preacher's kid. Okay, what does that mean? He didn't decide to be a part of the church culture. The church culture was thrown upon him or her. With that being said, that doesn't mean that that person is really a Christian. Just because you go to church every Sunday does not make you a Christian. Okay? Anyway, back to it. He feels so much restricted whenever we're together. That's because he doesn't like being a Christian. Obviously, he says he feels restricted. What's being restricted? Because you have to follow a restricted lifestyle when you are a Christian. You can't be doing everything that the world does and then say, I'm going to go on Sunday and the God's going to forgive me about Monday through Saturday. It doesn't work that way. He doesn't mind me talking about God, but sometimes he's like, I'm doing too much. About God, there's never too much you can do about God. There's never too much you can talk about God. He barely reads his Bible. Okay, sis. I'm not sure if he has a strong prayer life or not. By the way, his mentor is Steve Harvey. Okay. This guy advised me to live my life and have fun and still live a righteous life. Sorry, y'all, but I need your advice if I should continue talking to this guy or not. I'm so confused, but I know I don't want anyone messing up with my faith at this point. I've come from a long run alone. Please feel free to speak your mind. Love you. We love you too, sis. I will definitely speak my mind on this. And shout out to Monarch Travel and Entertainment for being in the building. Make sure you check them out because they have all of your travel needs wherever that destination may be. All right? But lady, you got your heart broken last year, and I feel like this could be more of a rebound, even if it is a year later. Let yourself heal because you wouldn't have to ask us. When people come on and they say they need advice, most of the time they already have the answer made up. It's just the fact that they want to get that confirmation, but you already have it in your heart. There's no reason for us to be over here validating your opinion. You know right from wrong. It's unnecessary to even type it up. If you have to type it up, it's too much. If you have to type it up, it's too much, to say the least. All right, like Mona said next, Hippolyta said next. The answer is quite obvious. Sis, what more do you want from us? He wants you to be like the world, but also listen to the word. It doesn't work that way. It's just not going to. And like Joseph said, he's not going to help you grow in God, sis. Exactly. Is he going to take you to heaven? Is he going to take you to hell? Which one? But you got to pick your choice in this lifestyle because you can't be a kind of Christian. You got to either be going to heaven, going to hell. I don't know no in between there, but y'all let me know. Whew. And thank God, like Hippolyta said, that you've only spoken to him for a month. Right, so you really shouldn't have no big attachments. That's why I say, ladies, keep the feelings out of it. Don't let the lust lead the conversation. You'll be extremely disappointed because the men, they know how to retract and go stage left real quick. But us, we stay on and just inch by inch. Should I go to the left? Should I go to the right? Should I go to the left? Should I go to the right? And that's the problem. We need to make sure that we can remove the feelings, rip your heart out your chest if you need to, so you won't have to be falling for a guy that's not falling for you and does not meet the standards that you have set. Aunt Tracy, look, some people don't want advice. They just want you to agree with their thoughts. Exactly. Shout out to King Jay Sean for being in the building. We appreciate you. Thank you. What more do you want from me? Okay? Yes, of course. Definitely. Everybody should love to travel. Get that budget together, y'all, and make sure y'all get to Monarch Travel and Entertainment for those business needs, for the travel needs. Just be able to enjoy your life. Who doesn't want to go travel? I mean, come on now. So get to it, people. All right, let's continue this with number 3. This is the third woman who needs my help. She said, ladies, I need serious advice. I have been battling. I had a boyfriend 2 years back. We were serious, and his family knew and loved me. He started cheating while we were together. I even saw the girl for him by his house. I'm just reading what she has. With for him by his house while I was still dating him, but he denied knowing her. Only to find out that they were dating after he told me to leave him alone because we were wasting our time. Okay, sis, why are there more paragraphs after this? Because he told you to leave him alone, but I'm going to continue. Because I loved him, I tried to convince him to make the right decision and let's talk and solve our issues, but he shut me out and never responded. Now, 2 years later, he is begging me to talk to him face to face. The same girl he cheated with me. Wait, hold on. Let me read this. The same girl he cheated on me with has his baby 5 months old, but they separated, of which I don't know why. To be honest, I don't want to get back to him. Okay. It will feel like I am stabbing myself because he hurt me when all I gave was love. I need ideas to know if I should listen to what he has to say or it's just not worth it. Let me just get into it. I read it, y'all. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Well, what is there to talk about? Come on. I'm gonna just read it. She said a boyfriend 2 years back, and you still talking about he reaching out to you. He's begging you. He shouldn't have access to you. He cheated on you as a boyfriend. He cheated on you. I don't care how serious the family dynamic was. I don't care. He cheated when y'all were together, and you even saw the girl that he cheated on you with by his house while you were still dating him, but he denied knowing her. Okay. He told me to leave him alone, and that's it. He told you to leave him alone. He meant what he said the first time. At this point, he's getting bored with old girl from around the way. Now he wants to hit you back up again to see if you're interested after he got a baby. It's one thing that he cheated on you with a girl, but then he went out here and had a baby with this girl, and the baby is 5 months, but now he want to run back to you and he's begging you to talk face to face. I wouldn't do it because it's really scary situation, especially when exes want to come back to you and are begging you to talk face to face. That could be very scary. There are many deadly situations I've heard of like that, and they're separated as of now. To be honest, I don't want to get back to him. If you don't want to get back with him, which you shouldn't anyway, because he humiliated you and had a baby on you, you will be stabbing yourself. You will be stabbing yourself, and you're allowing him to stab you as well. Okay? I need to know if I should listen to if listening to him would do what for you? What would listening to him do for you? Make you want to get back with him. And then he gonna end up letting you have a baby, making a baby with you. That's gonna be the next thing. He gonna have 2 baby mamas at that point. If you allow him to talk back to you, he gonna sweet talk you right into that bedroom. There's a meeting in his bedroom, and he waiting on you to show up. Booty call. That's it. What else? Seriously, there is a meeting in his bedroom. That's all that's about. And he's calling you to see if you're going to participate. Then you're going to be like, just that one time, and then you're going to end up pregnant. God forbid, but you're going to end up pregnant. And then from that point on, you're going to repeat the cycle. And then you're going to be attached to this man for life. So don't do it. You don't need to hear what he has to say. He didn't want to talk to you when he told you to leave him alone. He said you were wasting his time. Y'all were wasting each other's time. No, 2 years too late, sir. Get on out and don't look back. And shout out to Pastor G for being here. I appreciate you so much. Yes, and shout out to Berean Babes as well. I see you. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. And again, I love to hear y'all expertise as well. So please hit that like button on your way in and let's continue this conversation. But before we continue this conversation, I'm going to just let you know, it's not worth it, sis, for you to talk to this man, because you may say that the girl that he cheated on you with is separated from him. I know there are situations, which I'm about to play right now. There's a situation where a girl decided to talk back to her ex, her boyfriend, and had the side chick intervene and did something unthinkable. So I want y'all to watch this with me really quick as we look at this video together.
My boyfriend was cheating on me with, came to my home and shot me. At the time, I was seeing this guy Almost a year into our relationship, he began to be unfaithful. The girl my boyfriend was cheating on me with, she became a living nightmare. She would always come to my house when she knew me and him was together. He was just playing the middleman. He was telling her one thing, telling me one thing, and I just got fed up with it after a while. Me and him had kind of drifted apart. It was Halloween 2020. I had a party to go to at the end of the day. I had a nice, pretty costume. I picked up my best friend and we headed out to the party. I came home and I decided just to chill out on the couch and watch some television. And then I got a phone call from the girl. I answered and it was her in the bed with him. She had went through his phone that night and seen that me and him were together the day prior. She was very upset. I said, you can have him. He's clearly there with you. Good luck. So I hung up the phone and she called me back. She said, I'll come shoot up your windows. I just wrote it off as fight talk. I started to get ready to go to bed. My boyfriend at the time, he had this old van, has this like loud motor. I hear the motor of his van, so I look out the windows and it was his van and I see someone in all black come out the car. I just immediately ran outside and as I'm walking up, I'm realizing it's the girl. I asked her, what was she doing here? She pulls out the gun and I just froze. I just knew she was going to kill me at that moment. She immediately just started shooting. The first 3 shots, she hit my stomach. It just felt like the wind got knocked out of my body. Felt like I was in a room of fire. I was face down on the ground and she's still continuing to shoot me in my back and in my legs. And I'm just screaming for help. My neighbor on the top floor, I hear her scream out her window, stop, leave her alone. I called the police. She's just saying, die, die. And that moment, I just said, okay, Nicole, you gotta stop screaming. You have to play dead because she's not gonna leave until she thinks you're dead. Eventually, she ran off to the car. My neighbor, she was down like in 2 seconds. She started to hold my hand and I'm drenched in blood. I remember hearing the sirens coming. The ambulance, they rushed me off to the hospital. When I'm in the hospital, I can feel just 1,000 people surrounding me and they're counting. I'm not understanding what they're counting. I was put into a medically induced coma. I woke up 4 days later and I realized that they were counting my gunshot wounds. When I woke up, they told me that I had been shot 17 times. I got shot multiple times in my legs. I couldn't even feel them when I woke up. The first time seeing my mom after getting shot was on a tablet. I couldn't see her. It was COVID. I just remember her telling me, you fight, you be strong, you're gonna live through this. They told me that I probably wouldn't be walking, but I was walking in rehab within 3 weeks.
Very good.
I do walk with a walker. I'm kind of slower than I used to be. I went through a deep depression after being shot, having suicidal thoughts every day. I lived through 17 bullets and I still didn't want to be here because the pain was just so unbearable. I didn't recognize myself anymore. Relying on people for transportation and to do things for me was just miserable. I do still have my days, but I'm dealing with it better. I was able to give the police her name while I was in the hospital, so they had her in custody within the next hour or so. She's been in county jail awaiting her trial. She actually stole my boyfriend's van while he was asleep that night. He was very apologetic and he felt bad, but once he was assured that I was alive and well, he kind of went back to his old ways. I don't hate her. I went through a long process of why me? Why did this have to happen to me? It's my story and I survived it. I just feel like guns are so unnecessary. It's so easy to get a gun off the street. I just want to help other people just to put the guns down and stop the violence. It's not worth it. This is my survivor story. What's yours?
Ooh wee. I saw the comments. I watched this today and I said, what is going on? By God's grace, she is still alive. All because a side chick pulled up to her place and was mad because her picture was in her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend's phone or whatever the case may be. And she retaliated, pulled up, and they said it's a whole magazine. 17 shots. Literally, she had to play dead. I would have played dead a long time ago. I'm not about to be screaming, doing nothing like that. I would have played dead a long time ago, but I know she was in utmost shock, right? To experience that, hey, I'm in a love triangle that I didn't sign up for. I said, hey, you can have them if you want to. I'm telling you, women, pay attention. Pay attention to a lot of things. A man cheats on you, do not get involved with that. Y'all heard that song by Mtume, You, Me, and He. What we gonna do, baby? It's called We're Gonna Leave, because there's no reason for me to stay in a love triangle thinking this is gonna work out. She said herself that I don't want to be bothered with this. The girl had jealousy because she saw the girl's picture in her boyfriend's phone. This is why I tell you women, y'all want to contemplate, if you want to compete with the woman and all that, it's not worth it. God said flee from fornication for a reason, like Jesus loves you said. God said it. I believe that was Jesus love you who said that. But seriously, all that, I'm glad she's okay as well. To be able to tell her story and the fact that she's back to walking again. She said slower than she is used to, of course. But when I heard this story, I said 17 times over what? Goodness, over a shell of a man, right? All that, and she still considered taking him back. Exactly, because she said that, oh, he said he was apologetic, but he went back to his old ways. Girl, you ride or die for real. You ride or die for real, sis. Because you got shot up because of this man. It's all because of this man. We can blame the woman. She shot the girl, of course. But I'm saying because of the fact that this man cheated on you with this crazy girl, that's the reason why she's struggling to walk today. That's the reason why she almost lost her life, and we would have been talking about her in past tense. All that, you're going to lose your life for a man. And I bet you the girl who did the shooting, the side chick, hopefully she's in jail, because we need justice for this, first of all. And I know that old dude is not over here sending her money, helping her out. He's on to the next one. He can ruin life. He's on to the next chick whose life he can ruin, just like he did these two women. He tried to. Exactly. Why would you even think about that man? And shout out to Successful Melanated Dusty. I appreciate you for being here as well. I see you in the chat, and I appreciate you as always. Thank you for being loyal to Chelsea's Live Line, because y'all didn't have to be here tonight. Y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Why would you take the full bag? A man that doesn't even care about you, girl. He checked in to see if you were fine. Okay, you doing good. You got a pulse. All right, see you. Peace. Come on with the verses now. 1 Corinthians 6:18. Come on with it. Read it when you can. Janessa said, please, people, be extremely careful out there. There are some people are crazy. There are some people who are crazy out here in these streets. And that's another thing, Jesus loves you. Guns ain't the issues, just like I was saying earlier, that cell phones aren't the issues. It's the people, it's the users. It's always the user. It's the phone user that we can blame for the cheat. It's the gun user we can blame for the action, because the gun ain't doing nothing but waiting to be shot. But if it can't be shot, then it won't be shot, right? Guns ain't the issue. Guns ain't automatically shooting people. It's the user of the gun that are doing the damage, to say the least. Mona said, it's not worth it. And ladies, think before you do something foolish and ruin lives, including your own, because you're going to be sitting here riding in jail while this man is living his best life. And he needs to be to blame too, because at the end of the day, it's just too much. It's just too much. He caused the whole thing. He's to blame as well. I'm sorry. But for you to even talk to this man, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing left to say. Like Mint Condition said. All right, I'm going to continue this. That's why I tell you, when I read this particular example and she says she's thinking about going back to this guy that cheated on her, good luck, because you're going to have to deal with that woman who has a 5-month child. You're going to have to deal with her for at least 18 years. Baby mama drama. Chelsea's not signing up. I would rather not do it. I was just talking about that today, is that you have to deal with that forever. And I don't have that level of maturity. Call it what you want. I'm just not mature enough to deal with a man who cheated on me and then has a baby mama now. And now I got to deal with the baby mama and you. Okay? I'd rather not do. Okay? If loving you is wrong, I'm going to be right tonight. I'm not doing that. Let me get to the next one, y'all. And I appreciate y'all for being here. Hello, guys. Hope everyone is okay. Need no judgment. Here you go. Already off the rip talking about need no judgment, but you asked me for advice. Okay. Need no judgment, but would really appreciate your advice on this. Okay. So when I started dating this guy, we started off as friends, then later started dating. So first week of us dating, he posted a pic of ladies wishing them happy birthday. He said he'll change after I told him I didn't like it. Second week, he deleted a post of us. Felt like he was still chasing. Third week, I asked him why he still had a video of his ex on his Instagram. And he started being defensive and questioning why I am angry while that video was there before we met. After I decided to break it off 2 days ago, he deleted the post and we unfollowed each other. Cut the long story short, we're no longer together because I feel he was very disrespectful towards me and he didn't even care to apologize or take responsibility of his actions. Today I saw he posted something on his WhatsApp and I told him I don't want no enmity and to hold grudges. It's a must we talk and be friends, but I don't want the bad cloud. Okay? But he didn't respond. So I am contemplating whether I should still keep his contact info because that disrespect made me hate him, but I later felt no need to hate and hold grudges on someone because I have a forgiving heart. Would love your advice. Have not dated this guy for 3 weeks, guys. We dated over 5 months. I guess that's something she added. We dated over 5 months. First week dating, that happened. Second month, this happens. And until the fourth time this month, I addressed the ex issue because it was a third reel of his Instagram and wonder why it's still there since October. So it was not just a few weeks. Okay, she's dated this guy for a few months. Okay. Thank you so much, Aunt Tracy. I appreciate that feedback. Yes. We started off as close friends. Yes, yes. Let me dissect this one. I started dating this guy. We started off as friends. And sometimes you have to leave it there. Sometimes you have to leave it as friends. You have to see that that person is really worthy to move to the next step. Seriously. But once you kind of put people in friend zones, they really need to stay there because that's just the healthiest, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. She said, first week of us dating, posted pic of ladies wishing them happy birthday. Who are these women? How are they associated with him? And he said he'll change after I told him I didn't like it. Okay, but here's the second week. He deleted a post of us. Felt like he was still chasing. See, one thing I don't like is this. If you're in a relationship and you get mad at me for whatever reason while we're still in a relationship, there's no reason to delete our picture together. I do not like those social media games. You'll keep everything else up there. You still got your old ex on the page, right? That's what he said. She said he still has a video of his ex on his Instagram. You still have a video of your ex on your Instagram page. However, you are not hesitant to delete me, who is currently your girlfriend, because we got into an argument, right? He got mad. Or whatever the reason may be. He deleted a post of us, which was unnecessary. If I'm your girlfriend, you're not deleting a post of me because that's so unnecessary. Who are you trying to impress at this point in time? Who are you trying to impress? Because that's all social media is validation. The next thing she said is, let's see. I asked him why he still had a video of his ex. See, my thing is this. I like to come in clean slate. When I say that, I mean, I'm not going to have pictures of my exes on my pages. I don't even have pictures of my exes in my phone. Okay? I don't have pictures of my exes in my phone because I don't need to go back down memory lane, like Minnie Riperton said. I don't have to do that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for those attachments and those. You see the happy moments, but you didn't take pictures of the bad moments. Therefore, you are blinded. You're a Stevie Wonder to the whole dynamic of that relationship because all you see is good moments. That's all you see. You don't see the times that he disrespected you. You don't see the times that he did this, did that, or you did this, did that. You don't get to see that. You always see the happy feelings on the pictures. That's why I don't keep them. Everything's deleted for a reason. It just is, and that's something I learned because when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I don't have time to go back and forth because it really ruins your progress. A man or a woman who does not have a vision will always return back to his past. That's just how it goes. That's why I'm always moving forward because if I'm driving in reverse, I'll never get to my destination. I'll never get to my destination driving in reverse. I don't think so. And we cannot focus so much on the rearview mirror because it's obviously smaller than the windshield that's ahead because we got to focus on what's in the future, not what's in the past because I'm not doing that. If you didn't treat me right before, you didn't treat me right now. That's how I move. And I think that's the best way people can move, especially women, to be able to detach themselves because we're always throwing our feelings in a basket and giving it to this man. We throw our heart in the basket before we get commitment. And then we over here singing Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart, Say You Love Me Again, Undo This Hurt Inside, whatever. I'm just saying, we do all this Unbreak My Heart after we gave them the opportunity to break it because we didn't know our lane. We moved too quick. We think later and we do earlier. Right. We have to reverse that. Think first, do after. That's just how it goes. It's an order to it. And if you follow it, wouldn't be in a lot of the situations that y'all are in. I've learned. That's why I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you for a reason. But seriously, you said we unfollowed each other. Soon as we get into the unfollow games, I don't even want to play with you no more. If we have to unfollow, we unfollow each other one time, it's over. There's no need to follow again, because why are we unfollowing each other? But we got everybody else connected to us on social media. We should be each other's priority. Nobody else on social media should become before us. Since God is obviously not on our Facebook page as a friend, then that means we need to be the first ones that are putting each other first on social media. There's no reason I'm going to have my ex's pictures on there and I'm going to keep that on there, but I'm going to delete your post. That's games that you don't want to play, because it really is a mind game when you think about it. Doing all this back and forth, this hot and cold behaviors that a lot of people are doing today, which is the reason why we can't be stable. And one of the reasons why social media is really killing a lot of our relationships. That's why I pray every day that I get a man that either does not use social media. Let me rephrase that. I pray that a husband finds me who does not use social media, or uses social media for his business purposes at a bare minimum, because he has a life outside of social media. Every day, I don't want to be on here scrolling, but I can't read a book for 30 minutes, for an hour. Priorities need to be somewhere else, especially when you want to build generational wealth. You want to have a lifestyle that's different from everybody else. Like Dave Ramsey said, you have to live like everybody else so you can be able to... No. Dave Ramsey said you can't live like nobody else to be able to give like nobody else and live like nobody else, futuristically speaking. So I'm saying you have to sacrifice. And just social media has gotten into the way where we can't even love on each other, because when we're at a date, we're looking at our phones. Phones are our first priority. See the notification, see the red dot, and we're like, oh, I got to check this notification. And we're so distracted from that. That's why we don't know how to love properly. Because back in the day, people knew how to have conversations. They knew how to get on the phone and talk to one another. But now, that's not happening. That's not happening, because we got a text. We can't call each other no more. Just the priorities are all over the place. So when I hear things like people are taking people off of social media and unfollowing and following again, that's too many games to be played in this lifetime, because they didn't do that back then, and we shouldn't be doing it now. I tell you, social media has added a totally different dynamic to relationships. But I'll continue to give her some advice by saying that you don't have to hit him up. You said you told him that you don't want hold any grudges. It's not a must that we talk or be friends, but I don't want the bad cloud or whatever. I would just leave him alone, because it's unnecessary to be playing them games. Social media is getting in the way. Oh, look, keep the ex pic as a phone wallpaper. Yeah, I wish. Just like you had said, Mona, earlier today on one of your shorts, you had mentioned how Kendra G, somebody called. Hopefully not. But somebody called Kendra G on the radio show and was saying, hey, my boyfriend wants to take out his daughter and his baby mama out for Valentine's Day. And like I told you on the comment, all I can say is to that, because there's no way that a man would be taking out a baby mama for Valentine's Day. If you want to get a gift on behalf of the child for Valentine's Day, that's fine. But Mother's Day, then that's fine. Mother's Day. But Valentine's Day, that's for the one you love. And you talk about you don't want to make her feel bad, but why do you care about her feelings when you're not with her? Make it make sense. And since it doesn't, I'm not dealing with it. That's it. And shout out to G Majo for being in the chat. I appreciate you as always. Thank you so much. Ain't no way. Okay, ain't no way today, tomorrow, or the next day. Just saying. Yes, and King J. Sean said, am I the only one in here that hates social media outside of business purposes? See, the only reason I say it's like a love-hate relationship, where I like it because I'm able to, I like social media because I'm able to meet people like y'all, right? We can consider YouTube a social media platform. If it wasn't for the YouTube streets, I wouldn't know 90% of y'all, to be honest. Therefore, I'm thankful for that aspect of social media, where we're using it for the greater good. We're learning, we're growing. We're getting stronger, wiser, better, much better, right? But then you have it where you're trying to compare your lives to somebody's virtual life, to somebody's highlight reel. That's where social media can play a role on our mental states. That's why I'm trying to detox from it. It's not healthy all the time. It's not healthy. And make sure you give a Monarch Travel and Entertainment. Y'all see them in the chat. Book a flight and hotel package to Las Vegas to Usher residency. Yes. Right, get that Usher going on, yeah, yeah. With that Dolby Live inside Park MGM, get with it. If y'all want to take a trip, go see Usher for his residency. Y'all can do that with Monarch Travel and Entertainment. Check them out. Definitely, I am a supporter of Monarch Travel and Entertainment, so that's my endorsement, y'all. Y'all get them flights booked, and the rest is history. Shout out to Lawrence for being here as well. Yes, I appreciate you. Not the breakup to makeup game. Ooh, background checks, good people. Oh, I know you talk about it that first date at the police station. If you would have just watched what I showed people, I showed this woman who literally got shot 17 times because of a side chick. A side chick shot her 17 times. That's what you got to go back and see. And seriously, everyone has social media. Everyone does. And Mona said, I don't use other social media platforms like that besides YouTube. And I even take breaks from here too. Girl, I take breaks too. In a minute, I have my select few because you're not going to ruin my mind state today. You're not going to ruin my state of mind because some of these folks just be saying anything. They got a mic and they do a mic check 1, 2, 3 and they don't need to be on that mic. They get a mic and they act like everything they say is right. That's not it. Yeah, we handling business here. I pray that y'all are growing. I pray that y'all are really just able to change our mindset and tell somebody else the same thing. They need to change theirs too. The first thing you pick up in the morning, the last thing you drop at night. Yes, yes, yes. And waking up in the middle of the night, checking that phone, going on here. I'm telling you, because I'm learning. But I try to limit my social media usage by setting my screen time to like an hour max on some of these social media platforms. Because literally, the more time I'm spending on social media looking at nonsense, the less money that I'm making. Okay? Less time that I get to do things that are fruitful. Less time I get to read my books, to watch my Financial Peace University, do things that mean something to me. But when it comes to this girl here, I'll just say goodbye. He too obsessed with social media and who he has on there. He didn't want to keep you on there. He obviously thinks that the ex has a greater priority than you do. Y'all doing the unfollow, follow games, and you dated this guy for over 5 months. It's not getting anywhere. You already see the red flags, but you say since they're bright red, it's okay because they're not dark red. G-Ma Joe. He said, Chelsea hit my weakness. I need to learn to read more, even Bible. I love audio version as it opens up like a movie. Great points. I'm ducking a few of those arrows myself, being vulnerable here. And thank you so much, G-Ma Joe. That's why I appreciate you. It's about the vulnerability. It's about the realness. That's all we want. And that's your page. G-Ma Joe keeping it real. That's all I can ask. So I just salute you for keeping it real. Thank you. We got to keep it real over here. That's the only way. Because if you don't keep it real and you have to tell lies, you have to tell more lies to keep up with the lies that you told. So might as well tell the truth because that's the only way that you'll look more like God, telling the truth and letting that light shine through you. Let's continue to give advice. I think I'm done here with this one. There's nothing much to say. I don't know what you want advice on because he doesn't seem like he wants to be bothered. He's playing games with you. He's blocking you. We're going to continue. And shout out to Theo for being in the chat. He said, I slap people for not hitting the like button. Theo's in the building. 313 represent, or should I say Theo from the Do Better podcast. Make sure you subscribe to him. He's over 30K, I believe maybe over 31K now, but he's doing his thing. Mona's doing her thing on YouTube as well. Shout out to my Detroit fam. Everybody in the chat. If y'all doing something, shout out to you for making these YouTube streets a little bit better, helping us out. But yes, so hit that like button or get slapped. Your choice. Who gonna check me, boo? Let's get into it. I'm gonna keep going. Let's get this advice. Let's give this advice out to women. Ooh, about social media. Are you using it or is it using you? Okay? It's all about them dollar signs out here. It's all about it. That's it. Yes. Let's continue. All right, I'm gonna read this next one because I'm kind of done with this one here. The Do Better podcast, because that's all he wants us to do is do better. That's it. I'm gonna read this one. Speaking of social media, she said, any advice on not being jealous in your relationship, especially when it comes down to things on social media? I'm tired of arguing with my significant other about social media. I prayed on it already. Just looking for some female advice. And I actually took another screenshot where she further explains what she's talking about when it comes to this jealousy. So let's read that as well. She said, yeah, I just be seeing how he's in females' likes and following a new girl all the time. Which, I mean, that's the point of social media. But I feel like there should be some type of boundaries, which I haven't set them, which could be my fault. But I have asked him, like, why does he... Oh, wait, let me read that again. But I feel like there should be some type of boundaries, which I haven't set them, which could be my fault. But I have asked him like why he does it. And he just says it's only social media. It's not real life. But me knowing how other females might see it or just giving attention to other women all the time, I feel like, why? I can say I trust him, just me remembering how things started like that in my past relationships. And then it ended up with them cheating. I just be aware, not that I want to bring issues that I had in another relationship into this one, or as if he like lost my trust. I just want to know if everything's all right. Let me sip some water for this one real quick. Salute to Coach Harry though, on the real one. He said, this is why I stay away from liking anything by anyone on social media, men or women. # too much drama. # social media kills relationships. Social media does kill relationships though, because it's always about the comparison. They went on this vacation. We should have went on vacation. While we over here doing struggle love? Why this? Why that? And we can never live our lives to the fullest. Let me give her some advice. You said that the point of social media is to follow people and whatnot, but it's about boundaries. You say you didn't set them, and that's where you may have went wrong. You may have went wrong because you didn't set the boundaries that you needed to set early on. You set all that stuff up now, because if he's not with the program, then you don't have to sign up for it. And he doesn't as well. But if you see things, that's why you have to pay attention to a man's social media. I've had an episode that talked about that in the past where I said, hey, a social media is a man's resume. I've said it before. Social media is a man's resume, to say the least. It's as simple as that. That's why you have to pay attention to the details. Who does he like? Who does he follow? Because that's who he's influenced by. I'm not going to follow, let's see, who am I going to follow? I'm trying to think of an example. I'm not going to follow Lala. I mean, you can follow Lala if you want to. I'm just talking about me. I'm not going to follow Lala if I'm not into a woman dressing up promiscuous all the time. Let me just throw her out there because I'm thinking of somebody. I'm not going to follow, let's see. I'm not going to follow somebody from the KKK if I know I don't like the KKK. That's a good example, right? I'm not going to do those things because it doesn't align with the mission. One thing Mona said in the past is that she don't be following all these folks, right? I remember her talking about that in a previous episode. She don't be following all these people. Sometimes you have to move folks out of your life. Do a clean up on social media because most of these people you're following and you don't even remember hitting the follow button. I do a spring cleanup. I do cleanups all the time because they have to make sense. If I don't like it on my timeline, I don't like it. And as we know, what we're feeding ourselves with when it comes to social media, what we hear, media, most effective devil in America, is doing its job. And we're letting it. You said not the KKK. I'm just saying I'm not following the KKK headquarters because why would I want to do that? What am I trying to get from them? What do we have in common? We have nothing in common, to say the least. And shout out to Christina for being here. It's okay as long as you have showed up, showed love. I appreciate you nonetheless. Thank you. And she said, sounds to me, if I can click on it. Okay, now they want to act up tonight. These comments want to act up. Okay, sounds to me like he is not serious about her. He's clearly still looking. What KL say? Why is he following women? For hair and makeup tips? Look, he following because he's interested in these women. Yeah, he's interested in these women. She said there should be boundaries that should be set, and social media is not real life. But there are real people on social media. If you're following all these women, all these OnlyFans women and women showing their butt and everything else, and they're showing more behind than they're showing front, then that means to me that you obviously have some type of lust issue that you have to figure out for yourself, figure that out. And I wouldn't be trying to help him figure that out because you see it early on and you don't like it. But he said he's denying it. He said it's just social media. It's not real. Social media is extremely real. A man has access to any woman that he wants. A woman has access to any man that she wants, all through the use of social media. Am I right or am I right? Social media allows somebody to access anybody in seconds. I'm accessing y'all right now through these YouTube streets. Y'all clicked on my video. You could be talking to anybody in the world on social media, but you're talking about it's not real life. Those are real people you're talking to through a virtual platform. It doesn't mean that it's not real life. We are not in the afterworld. What are you talking about? It's not real life, sir. It's not fake life either. You ain't talking to fake people. I just don't like when people use excuses for social media because it's extremely dangerous playing field sometimes. But it all depends on who's using it. I'm using social media for good. I like Jermaine, we were talking about that last week, where Jermaine said that Snapchat is one of the worst apps people could be on because, as we know, it attempts people to want to cheat, right? You have the opportunity to send somebody a message and in 24 hours, the message goes away. Or actually, matter of fact, when you send it, I'm sorry. Well, I haven't used Snapchat in a year, so I don't know. But when you send a picture or anything to somebody, you send it to them and it automatically goes away unless you save it. You can send anybody anything. I mean, Snapchat has it in their server, of course, but it's not, nobody else can see it except for the receiver. That's what I'm talking about. It enables people to cheat. And then you have on social media now with the vanish modes. I don't know if y'all seen that, but when you're messaging somebody and you hold up, like, you know, you apply a little force to swipe up on the message that you have, you can be able to use vanish mode, which allows for the messages that y'all send to one another to be deleted. Why do I need a message that I sent to somebody to be deleted? These are giving cheaters the greatest opportunity to cheat right now. That's why I tell you have to have boundaries with social media. I say less is more. We don't need all these platforms to spread yourself thin. Okay, pay attention to people's accounts because it is the resume and it determines a lot about that person. I'm just telling y'all, women and men, pay attention. And I'm giving her advice to say that I know you've dealt with that before in the past where somebody ended up cheating with you, but even if this guy hasn't cheated on you yet, be aware. You cannot be blind to the situation and think that it's okay for him to like these women's pictures. Like my pictures. Show me love. Don't y'all dislike it when you get with the man? Before you get with the man, he's liking and loving all your pictures. But as soon as you become the girlfriend, he start liking it a little less, showing you a little less love. No, keep that same energy, please. I would keep the same energy. I would love to see my significant other or my spouse show up on my timeline. I'm going to show you love just like I did before I got you because you have to keep doing what you did to get them to keep them, in my opinion. That's it. But I'm going to read the comments. Shout out to Chavis for being in the chat. I appreciate you. Love you as well. In the name of Jesus. Amen. You said everyone is so professional. Yeah, we professional over here. I'm just saying this social media is not a game to be played with. The vanish modes and the DMs, exactly. It's really going down in the DMs now. Vanish mode. You even can undo your text. I ain't upgraded my iPhone. I don't know when, but I know you can delete text, undo text. It's just too much, and I'm not keeping up with it. My mom's like, "Did you upgrade your phone yet?" I said, "No, I did not yet because I'm not doing that. I'm not." He said, "Taking a media laxative." I was like, "What are you talking about laxatives for?" He said, take a media laxative every now and then. Yes. You talking about you ghetto professional. You said, Mona, in her words, she be talking about Section 8. Section 8 corner. I'm like, girl, that is Section Great. Don't claim that. We over there in Section Great on Mona's channel. And Mona, please plug your channel for those who are not familiar with it because y'all need to get aware of all that Mona brings to the YouTube table, okay? All right, let's continue this. All right, and this is actually the 6th woman I'm helping because I already helped 5 women. This was the last one per se. However, there is one more woman who I would like to help tonight. One more woman. And I'm going to read what she has to say. He said, I really need an accountability partner. I'm a 27-year-old virgin, and I'm trying my best to wait until marriage. I recently started dating this guy who said that he wants to wait too, but every time I put up a boundary, it's like he questions it or crosses it. He is a Christian and saved, but wasn't waiting before being with me. I feel burdened because I feel like I'm carrying the weight of this on my own. I have my own apartment, and he came over to do a gift exchange, and somehow we ended up grinding on each other on the couch with clothes on. And I told him that we need better boundaries. Again, he came over to fix an issue I had with my printer, and one thing led to the next. Although we didn't have sex, I feel like purity is more than just abstaining. Purity is a lifestyle. We both were clothed, but he ended up giving me a massage, and we were basically grinding on each other sexually again on the floor while making out. I'm sorry if this is too descriptive, but I'm trying my best to wait until marriage, but really need an accountability partner. I felt so convinced afterwards that I kicked the guy out and told him that we may need to stop seeing each other. I'm not sure what to do. I told him that I didn't want to kiss him, but somehow we still ended up kissing and taking things further. Please let me know if you have any advice. Yep, he came over. He came over. Girl, please don't let this man allow you to lose your virginity. You say you need an accountability partner, and I think he should be the one who is the accountability partner. If he can't be, then he's not the one for you. You recently started dating him. He's already crossing the lines, crossing the wires, talking about he's a Christian. You claim that he's a Christian. Did he say he's a Christian? Did he show you he is a Christian? That's the problem. We're so quick to label women and men and say they're a Christian just because they go to church, just because they read the Bible every now and then. But if you really look at the Bible, it's got dust on it. He's a Christian and saved. That's what you're saying. But he can say he's a Christian all he wants, but you really need to look at the fruit. And he's over here tempting you more than a man who wasn't a Christian would do as well. What's the difference between him and the homeboy up the street? Both of them they probably will be tempting you. You get what I'm saying? If he's a Christian and he's supposed to be saved, he will be guiding you in the right way. Ring before the fling, before you do anything. That's why I say I'm not doing anything until I get a ring. That's how I move. Crossing all the lines and boundaries, and you let him. Yes, Christina. You want it too. Quit playing. Exactly. Over and over and over again. And these lights are blinking, so I pray that this broadcast does not go out. So let me hurry up and wrap it up, because it's an ice storm. Uh-oh. I think I lost y'all. Uh-oh. Let me see if I lost y'all. Okay, maybe I didn't lose y'all. Okay, stuff is going in and out, so I'm going to hurry this up. Oh, goodness. Coming back. I pray. Okay, thank God. Y'all still here. Yes, thank God y'all still here, but it's going in and out, so I'm going to hurry up. Jeez. But yes, all I'm going to say is this. You doing this humping and grinding and all this, and y'all probably listen to R. Kelly talking about, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. That is going to be a sad situation, because that's going to lead to more. You talking about it was closed before and they may not be closed the next time. Leave this guy alone. Do not allow him to come into your house or to your bedroom, because again, he over here talking about there's a meeting in his bedroom. So girl, please don't be late. Like Silk said. I'm serious. Oh, ice storm. Yes, it's an ice storm out here. Us people in Detroit are trying to be safe and warm at the same time out here. Weakness of the flesh. Amen. Yes, and I'm glad y'all are still here rocking with me as we deal with this. And thank you so much, Janesta, for being here. I appreciate you for catching me live tonight. Thank you so much. She giving mixed signals. Don't do that, ladies. Right. Seriously, he should be your accountability partner, because he's a Christian. He's supposed to be leading you. And early on, you talk about you recently started dating him. You put up a boundary and he questions it or crosses it. He's not a Christian. He's a pseudo-Christian man. He's a casual Christian. He needs leadership, as KL said. He needs an elder in his life, maybe 3 elders, maybe 3+ elders, because this man is like a horrible example of what you need to deal with already. Messing up. He can't control himself, and he had the nerve to get it. He had the nerve to come over to your house. Like everything would be so wonderful. Everything would be so wonderful, knowing that he set you up for failure. He knew what he came to do. Talking about he came over to fix an issue, and when he came over to fix an issue, he wanted you to solve another one of his issues, his lust. He wanted you to solve the lust that he had. He came to fix your issue with the printer, but then he wanted you to fix the issue he had with another P word. It's a lifestyle. You have to choose it. I would not be meeting with this man behind closed scenes, but it wouldn't be with him anyway. I'm just saying, he's tempting you too much already. Goodness. I know there are a lot of people, maybe some in the chat, who waited to do things the right way. They did not have sex until after marriage, until they got married. But if this man is tempting you and he already talking about he can't control himself, and you just starting to date this guy, what happens when he meeting with other women, friends of his or whatever, and he meeting with them at their houses or whatever the case may be? I'm telling you, as a man, you have to be able to control your flesh. As a woman, you have to control yours too, because it takes 2 to tango. It takes 2 to bump and grind. Oh, goodness gracious. That's how the baby mama future starts. Okay? I'm telling you, he'll leave you and be like, hey, you were too aggressive. Nah, especially when you're a virgin as well. See, y'all could be seen as unequally yoked. Y'all could be seen as equally joked. And when I say that, I'm saying you're a 27-year-old virgin, but he's a man who claims he wants to wait. But he's crossing the wires. The signals are getting mixed up. And he obviously was having sex before he got with you. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't waiting before being with you. Therefore, he has this experience. It's going to be difficult for him to adapt to your lifestyle because he's not about that purity lifestyle. Obviously, he hasn't been single long enough. And when I say single, I mean you're not doing anything that, like, single, people think single means sleeping around with everybody you want to. No, it doesn't mean. You may have that freedom, but again, it's going to cause a lot of confusion in your life and you're not going to be satisfied, whether you're a woman or a man. Like, people get on Kendra G's show and they say, oh, I just slept with a man a week ago. I just slept with a woman 2 days ago. Wow, you think that's a flex? You think that's a flex because of what? The mindset. Who really wants to be with a woman or man that just slept with somebody a week ago or 2 days ago? It's called, you don't have any values. You don't have any standards. You have a $0 price tag on you. Good. I'm glad and pray that she continues that, because I'm telling you, when you lose it, it's hard to, when you lose that virginity and whatnot, it can be a difficult slope from that point on. I tell you, allow a man to respect you and do what he can for you without thinking that all you come with is a price tag for what's down there and that's it. That's all you bring to the table. That's not all you bring to the table. You bring a lot more than that. Christina said the first time you allow him to cross the line, he knew he could do whatever he wants. And he is that way with all the others he's with. Okay, you are not any different, ma'am, than anybody else. Exactly. KL said, yep. What happens when you have a crying baby on the hip and another crying baby around your ankle? He might be out the door. Exactly. Wondering who else house he can go fix a problem at. A printer. Next thing he'll be fixing the light bulbs or fixing the dishwasher. What's next? Because I'm telling you, all he wanted to do, he could have met you anywhere. And you really need to find some men. I pray that you have a father or somebody else who could come fix your printer next time, or can help you fix. What else was the first time you said? Oh, do a gift exchange. No, you just recently started dating him. There's no reason to exchange gifts, and he was trying to exchange more gifts than you was giving him. He wants to exchange another gift as well. That's why y'all doing that bumping and grinding stuff. No, don't gift exchange with this man. If you're not your boyfriend yet, no need to gift exchange. You talking about you just started dating him. And then also, look, exactly, the Geek Squad, somebody will help you out. Somebody. But he doesn't need to be him. He's overstepped his boundaries and you let him come over again and again and again. Yeah. Thank you, Mona. Thanks for watching the stream, whether live or on the replay. Yes, make sure you like and share this video. Also, please consider subscribing to my channel as I'm on my way to 1K, and we'll continue to go from there. I appreciate you, Mona. Appreciate y'all all for being in the chat. King J. Sean. I can't even talk tonight. King J. Sean, Successful Melanated Dusty, One of a Kind, my mom, I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Christina, Janesta, Theo in the chat. KL, Jesus loves you. I'm scrolling through. Coach Harry, thank you. Hippolyta, Lawrence, I appreciate you as well. Chavis, all of y'all in the chat. Hope I'm not missing. Tracy, of course. Joseph, G-Ma Joe. I appreciate y'all all for being here tonight. Pray I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. Also, as I wrap up, I'm just saying, like, a lot of women need help, right? You asked for advice. I gave you advice. I pray that y'all really learn something, women. I pray that women can change our mindsets this year because there's too much going on. Thank you so much, Mona. I appreciate you as always, as well as Chavis, Tracy, and Jay in the chat. Thank you so much. Hit that like button if you haven't already. But seriously, I appreciate y'all so much for being here. I pray that I'm able to help these women grow. I'm going to keep giving advice to women because like I said, I can't give marital advice, but I can give you some relationship advice because at the end of the day, you have to know better to do better. And I gave you the hints tonight, ladies. As we know, we're talking about a lot of stuff. And the most important one we talked about is don't go back to these men, especially when they have another side chick, because that lady ended up getting shot 17 times. Could have died. We could have been talking about her in past tense, but to God be the glory because she's able to walk again. And I pray that she will not return back to her vomit. Okay, Proverbs talks about that. Do not return back to your vomit because that guy is your past. He almost got you killed. That's enough to let you know he don't care about you. And yes, Chavis, I'm definitely continuing to pray. I pray for y'all every night. I prayed for y'all last night as well, where I'm praying for Chavis's family on the loss of his father. Definitely keep them in y'all prayers, please, during this difficult time. Because weeping may endure for a night, but we know that joy comes in the morning. So please continue to have that faith and know that God is going to cover you in the midst of what may seem as a struggle time for y'all. Okay? Thank y'all so much. Thank you, King Jay Sean. I appreciate you. KL said, call your small group or the church mothers. They might fix you dinner instead of fixing the printer. Right, but just relying on this man already to fix things for you, knowing that he wants something from you, is allowing yourself to be trapped by your flesh. Amen. Also, I want to give a quick happy birthday shout out to my aunt, Carolyn. She may not be in the chat right now, but make sure y'all drop some birthday emojis, some party emojis in the chat for her, as it is her birthday. And also shout out to my aunt Michelle, because her birthday was yesterday. So celebrating a lot of February birthdays. Thank y'all so much for your support. Make sure y'all show them some love in the chat by showing them birthday emojis. Yes, yes. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out, because I appreciate that. And I'm just going to try to stay warm. That's all I'm going to do. I don't know about y'all. If y'all got the warmth over there, good for y'all. But I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about us Michigan folks that are dealing with this weather. Thank you so much, Chavis, for showing my aunt's happy birthday love. And also, definitely want to play that Stevie. Yes, happy birthday to you. Shout out to Stevie Wonder. Got to do that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hey. Happy birthday. Everybody love that. Everybody loves that happy birthday, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Shout out to you, Mona. Shout out to Christina and Lawrence as well. And King Jay Sean, yep, another birthday coming soon, definitely. So we'll be celebrating that very soon as well. Thank you. She don't want no early birthday shout outs, but thank y'all so much for the love. Appreciate y'all as always. And God willing, I will see y'all next week for another episode of Chelsea's Live Line.